grateful for the opportunity, but yeah, it didn't last very long, this one, but hopefully there's more.
How frustrating were the fouls? I know Spo said, if you were on the other end, as a veteran, they probably, would not be called. So he, sort of skeptical of some of them. Were they frustrating? Where you thought they were ticky-tack type things?
Yeah, I mean, I knew I had, a few to give, and that, Lillard is going to draw a lot of them, just with like how sneaky he is and experience. So, but not in those situations, those are very unfortunate.
Coach was saying after the game, it's not just about the games, but we've seen so much from Pelle that he earned this. Do you feel that in practices, in shoot-around and pre-practice, that the eyes are on you and that those are meaningful moments also?
I mean, that's just kind of life. Eyes are always on you, whatever you do, like off the court too. So you just got to act your best and come in every day with a smile and just work hard, help your teammates. And I think they just appreciated that.
Today aside, do you feel your progression is going the way you would like to see it, and do you think you're sort of on a nice upward curve?
I mean, you can't really know, you don't know what to expect. So, but I definitely feel like my learning is, skyrocketing and everything like that. So every day I feel like I'm getting a lot better.
As far as skill development, what thing would be at the top of your list as far as areas you've been focusing on to try to improve?
I think handling the ball against pressure, I think maybe you can open up for others a little bit, take the load off, just bringing the ball up in some of those lineups that I'm put in. So that has been an emphasis, and I think I got a lot better at it.
Tim, you have just seen a real sort of up and down with this team. We saw on the road trip how good it can be. We saw against, hell, just on Sunday, against the Spurs, how good you can be. What's this inconsistency all about? When you look at their, really, it's almost like it's either been the highest of highs of lower or lows, but nothing in between. Why?
It's the way this team is. We play really good and one play really bad. So for us, man, it's trying to figure out how we can collectively figure out how we can keep playing good.
You're in an uncharacteristic stretch of giving up, I think, at least 107, 6 straight, at least 116 points for the last 6. What's led to the defensive regression, do you think?
I'll say just offensively, when we're not making shots, that's when, the floodgates kind of open because, we're good a couple stops, but then we can't score. They'll start to get the momentum. It becomes tough at times, but we'll figure it out. It's a long season.
I know it was a tough night for him with the fouls because Dame can do that for anyone, but Coach was saying Pelle has really shown in practices and workouts that there's something there. There's a motor. How much have you noticed that? And tell us a little bit about that, please.
From day one. I mean, he's one of the quietest dudes on the team, but you definitely know who Pelle is when he gets out there and he can be himself, play physical. Obviously, the refs got involved tonight, so he couldn't be as physical as he wanted to, but you're going to understand when Pelle's on the court, you're going to know who he is.
Tonight, that 1.1 seconds to go in the first half, 6 points by Dame. How deflating, and what's it like just to look out there and see what's going on?
I mean, to be on the court. Just like I said, it's minimal stakes that obviously we can correct, and we need to correct now so that it doesn't become a snowball effect. So, we'll get to the film and we'll figure it out.
From a defensive standpoint, are there communication growing pains just playing with Khalil, as talented and as eager a learner as he is? Have there been any of those with two bigs in the lineup?
No, I don't think there's really been any growing pains. I mean, we're out there, we're trying to wreak havoc, stop people from getting in the paint, protecting the paint, and we're going to continue to do that.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Tyler, another one of those games where there was very good very early, and then it went away. What turned from 15 up to a lot down?
I'm not really sure, honestly. I think obviously the game started going the wrong direction pretty fast. I think they started playing a little bit harder defensively. We started missing a couple shots, but ultimately I think the defense kind of we let go of the rope on defense. I think towards the end of the first quarter, going into the second quarter, and they started to go on a run, and then I think to end the half, the shot by me, and then they go three free throws, and then they hit the buzzer beater to end the half was a tough momentum swing for us.
What do you think has been the issue defensively this last stretch of games, beyond obviously just running into hot shooters?
Trying to bring a disposition every night where we can really hang our hat on holding teams under the line, which is for us like 100 to 105 points. That's kind of like the line for us. We want to be able to have an identity where we can hang our hat on the defensive end no matter how our offense is rolling.
All-Stars now a week to go. I know it's still sort of important to you. You saw who got in tonight. Is that something you sit back and sort of are hopeful of, or is it something just sort of however it falls? Like, what's the next week going to be like before you hear?
I mean, first of all, trying to stack wins, trying to get wins, trying to get out of this hole, and then obviously I would love to be an all-star. I feel like I'm an all-star, but it's up to the coaches. We'll see what happens.
Good luck.
How do you guys get better at working possessions? Phil talked about you guys have really good possessions where you got lobs and just doing that more consistently. How do you guys get
I think it's basketball IQ, just knowing when to take certain shots, quick shots, and then just making the right plays. Sometimes the best shot isn't always the first open shot. Continuing to work the offense, work it, until we can get the one that we feel like is the right for our offense and in our wheelhouse.
Thanks, Tyler.
half seconds
Yeah.
of the first half? How debilitating was that?
Yeah, that's a teaching moment. It's actually happened, 2 or 3 times already this season where we haven't gotten the last shot, and that's the whole point of it. It was 24 seconds basically on the shot clock, 24 and change, and we just have to work to get the last shot. Or if they have 3 or 4 seconds, it's in the backcourt. And that's a harsh teaching point. And hopefully that never happens again, the rest of the season. End of quarters, obviously you have to manage the game. We will get better with all these kind of details.
You talked about obviously stopping the dribble in previous defensive performances that weren't up to par. Was this a combination of that, Giannis's greatness, what defensively?
Yeah, we were. Actually, I don't know if we were at the beginning. They had a long day, so they may have just been working out the cobwebs before they got rolling. Giannis has been playing like this all season. He's been playing downhill through traffic all the way to the rim, forcing collisions, either getting to the rebound, free throw line, and then some of the flip screens that they were doing open things up. But that second quarter defensively was it was not nearly good enough, obviously, to set a tone for the game to win on the road against a good team. We're better than this defensively. We got to get back to the principles. Doing it's a mentality more than anything. It's not schemes. It's doing hard things and doing them over and over and over.
The decision to start Pelle and give him his first start and go with that group.
Yeah, that was a tough decision. He had some tough calls. That's the thing that I roll my eyes at in this league. The veteran can just draw 3 quick fouls like that. If Pelle tried to do the same thing, going the other way, there would be 0 chance those would be 3 fouls if he tried that offensively. That's just the way it is. Young guys have to learn that. I was looking for some defensive pressure on Lillard just to start the game and then work into the rotation. But we'll reevaluate. I like what Pelle's been doing behind the scenes, and I'll just figure out where we can plug him in.
And then I guess Khalil and what he showed and just getting to spots, at least some of the times offensively. Just your thought on this progression we're seeing.
Yeah. We need to get a lot better at this too, is working possessions. Some of those possessions where we worked it to get the lob, that's not like just on a initial trigger, and that's the sign when you can do it consistently. that's a sign of a good basketball team. We're not there, right now, in terms of being able to recognize the coverage, work collectively to get a great shot every single time. But we're making progress. He's getting better, and he helps our offense when he's able to get behind the defense. All right, thank you.